India is a land of incredible diversity, and now that we've experienced the spiritual and religious side, it's time to see the landscape and find a different type of Indian adventure. Justin and I are dropping everything and just going to travel the world for a year.
I gave up quite a bit of stuff to do this. I just always thought there was definitely something missing, like traveling.
That travel bug gets in you, and it's got you. One whole year goes by in a blink. We've explored the religious side of India, and now we're off to seek the adventurous side. To start everything off, we're flying from Delhi to Darjeeling to see the Himalayas.
The honking here is probably the hardest thing to deal with. It's like an alarm clock. It just constantly agitates your nerves, like meh, 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 meh.
We're just about at the domestic airport again here in Delhi, and we're going to meet up with Monica, who's going to come with us to Darjeeling. It'll be great to get away from all this sound and pollution for a bit, and also get a look at some of the biggest and craziest mountains that are in the Himalayas, like Everest, and 2 or 3 others of the tallest in the world. Monica's back on the crew now, so we're traveling as 4 again. Flown from Delhi to Bagdogra, which is the nearest airport to Darjeeling. Darjeeling is sandwiched between the borders of Bhutan, Nepal, and Tibet. It's about 3:30. We figured the sun's going to start to disappear. We really wanted to get to Darjeeling before the sun went down in order to kind of see it with the low sun and the mountains and everything. At this rate, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Honk, 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 honk. The poor guy in the street's like, yeah, man, I know.
Honk, honk.
I have to listen to it too.
Actually, it feels good to do that. Honk!
You can just see his neck just tightening up. Like, dude, shut up.
Honk, honk.
After 3 hours and yet somehow only 80 kilometers, we've made it from Bagdogra all the way up into Darjeeling. Heard about a place called Tiger Hill, which is apparently one of the best views of the Himalayas you can get. So I'm looking really forward to just getting a warm hotel, a warm meal, a warm shower, and hitting the hay.
Hello!
Now I gotta try to think of who got the last small bed.
I have a wood-burning stove in my wood-burning room. There's a towel. Good thing I brought my own towel. You guys gonna draw straws for the small bed?
Want to rock, scissors?
Yeah.
Okay, best of 5.
Just first one. Let's get this over with.
Alright,
1, 2, 3,
show.
whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, ready?
1,
2, 3, show.
I thought I was so gonna school you on that.
So that's 2, now he's got you on the rickshaws and the bed.
La 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 la! I'm not listening.
Being able to see the Himalayas in your own adventure is something else, and travel accomplishments that you really want to do badly. We're on our way to Tiger Hill, where you can catch a pretty amazing sunrise apparently over the Himalayan spine. So we've gotten up here, but it's not going to happen. It's completely socked in with cloud. Completely.
And people are taking pictures of absolutely nothing. You might as well just take a picture of the sky on a rainy day. You get a better shot.
Only 20 rupees Darjeeling tea.
We have a lot of Darjeeling.
Okay,
Beautiful. Well, we woke up at 3:30 in the morning for this spectacular view of the mountain range from Tiger Hill. Behind me is Sisters Peak, and if you look to my right, the most famous mountain of Mount Everest, which you could see like it was a plasma screen TV. Such a beautiful view. I'm glad that the viewers here can enjoy it with me.
Anyway, we're trying to get out of here since it's not gonna happen, but it's just an enormous gong show. All the time when you're traveling, you think you read about something, or you see something, or you hear about something, and then you go check it out and you're like, why was this so highly recommended? And you know what, if this thing was going off, we'd probably all be singing a different tune.
In hopes of getting a better view of the mountains, and for a chance to get away from all the tourists, we hopped on what they call the toy train.
All aboard the toy train. Are you ready for this?
You could get off this train right now, go buy something, and run back up to the train and get back on again. So I think we've reached our cruising speed. We keep stopping. I don't know why. Maybe there's a problem with the train, or maybe this is what happened. Maybe it just needs time to cool down or something.
We woke up like 3 this morning and we wanted to see these mountains. You know, I get real disappointed about that kind of stuff because, you know, that's why we're doing this. That's why we're traveling, to see things that I may never ever see this now. I may never see Mount Everest.
We stopped at this loop line here. I think we probably should be able to see other mountain peaks and parts of the Himalayas and stuff, but the clouds just keep rolling in and out, in and out, in and out.
I can't believe these guys are cutting this rail with a hacksaw. Man, like, I have no idea how long that'll take.
Gotta get some refreshments here for our long train ride back to Darjeeling. Here's another side comment. The little cups that they serve tea in here, I'm sure they start off a bit more rigid than they are when the hot stuff gets in. But whenever you put like tea or coffee into these things, it melts the thin plastic down to what feels like a condom or a rubber glove or something. Back in Darjeeling now. We finished our 2-hour loop line. I wouldn't want to do any more than 2 hours though. The 2 hours is worth it. You get a good taste of the area, you get a good taste of the little toy train, and it was worth it. You know, it has a lot more of a peaceful setting being up here in the mountains, but you still get the honking horns, you still get the pollution. So we decided to hire a Jeep to take us out into the hills, at least, that look into the Himalayas. We really wanted to come out here to have a completely different experience of what we already have been experiencing in all of these major Indian cities.
Well, this is as far as the Jeep goes, and we hike from here.
He knows. He'll take it. You want one too? Did you stretch?
I did yoga.
31 kilometers. Looks like a car dealership of some sort. After hiking for a couple hours here, we've been trekking through this fog. I think we kind of stumbled upon a monastery.
मेरे दोस्त ने थोड़े से रूम ठीक है चित्रे Thank you. Chitre Monastery. Can't see it. This is what I mean. They're like welcome to the hood, but it's like such a trek to get up here, so
Welcome to the hood.
they must not see people.
Saying exactly Compton.
India has just been, you know, a lot of everything. A lot of bizarre, a lot of new things I've experienced. So being up here, it's finally nice to be some very quiet atmosphere and just kind of like, you know, finally, you know, sort things out. The brain to kind of just relax a little bit and not have to worry about someone honking at you every 5 seconds.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
here for a second.
All right.
According to this marker, like this says Bharat, which means India. But I read this side and it says Na A Pa A La. Nepal. So we're unofficially in another country.
Where can we get our passport stamps? That's what I want to know. Because it's not official. It's not official until we get stamped.
Maybe these monks have stamps.
1, 2. Do you want one, Scotty?
So actually, I'm just
Get out.
Well,
Get
here.
out in Nepal.
Here, I'm in Nepal.
Get back to India.
You're in India. I'm in Nepal.
Okay, there. This is when they were the first time that you two have been in 2 different countries, but just less than a foot away from each other.
That's right.
1, 2, 3.
It's kind of hard walking down. I feel like I'm gonna wipe out. Definitely ain't no mountain goat.
You know, being in the mountains and knowing you're in the Himalayas and to know that we were doing it on our own. It wasn't some laid out tourist path on a map. To say that I've been on Nepalese soil it's another mini accomplishment. And I always consider a passport stamp to be a real official souvenir, real proof that you've been there. I'll take what I can get. And then to go on further and find this little tea house, it was just these magical little moments. It's just something that I never thought we were going to be doing on this trip. It was never part of the plan. Those surprises are more than welcomed, and I hope there's a million more before we find ourselves at home.
1.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a little
We'll counting while at the cow.
Little kid here is he's entertaining us. He's pretty good. He's a pretty good dancer. Good dancer. He's a good singer. He's got energy. Are you ready for the greatest feeling in the world?
Yeah.
Sitting down.
It's pretty good.
1, 2, 3, Nepal. 1, 2, 3,
Nepal.
Everyone's been saying that before we leave India, we have to see the South. So we're doing ourselves a favor and we're going to check out at least a little piece of it by going to Goa. On the way, we're going to have a short stopover in Mumbai and stick around there for a couple of days while we check that out.
Back in the city.
Monica has to head back to New Delhi, and it's the last time we're going to see her, so we're saying our goodbyes now.
We are on our way out to our next destination. She's going back to Delhi, and we're convincing her to come to Goa and spend some time with us on the beach.
I'd love to.
She lost a bet to me.
I did.
And if I won the bet,
I promised I would come to Goa.
you are talking to a guy who did live in Las Vegas for 2 years, so.
I tell you the game last night.
And I kicked ass.
Her presence here is unmatched. She was able to get us by and do things for us that we wouldn't normally have ever been able to do here. Being able to be invited to Diwali, being directly involved with the celebration and the tradition and the warmth that they accepted us with, something we could never have dreamed would happen, and what an enriching experience that was.
In order to check out some of the city of Mumbai, we're heading downtown, but like everything else in India, nothing comes easy. Even a seat on a train is a difficult ordeal.
We're staying on the outskirts of Mumbai. Got to take a train to the Churchgate station, which is kind of the end of the line and the beginning of the old downtown. I have no idea what to expect, even just standing here on the overpass. I've seen a few trains blast by. There's people hanging at the side, there's people on the roof.
I'm kind of curious to see if I can get on the roof and just kind of team wolf it a bit. Kind of sweet.
I don't know how we're gonna do this. People were already jumping off before the thing came to a stop. I mean, look at it, the doors are overflowing. I don't even know where to grab. Like, do you grab someone's arm? We got another shot. We got another shot here. Right here?
Go, 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 go.
Hey, we're on. We made it this time.
I can't wait to get off this train with these broad shoulders. The pain train's coming downtown.
They asked if I wanted like first or second class tickets, and I bought second class tickets. I have no idea. This could be first class for all I know.
I think first class is on the train, and second class is on top of the train. And third class is hanging out the doors. That's disappointing. Sloppy defense. Let's walk right in the end zone. You didn't nail anybody.
I told you, end of the line, everybody gets off. (36, 37 Celsius?
Oh, no, 36.
36?
36.
Wow.
Why so hot? No air conditioning? No air conditioning, sir? AC?
Yeah.
Any AC, air conditioning?
No, Nancy.
Heat out.
And we thought we were here in the cool season. We are here in the cool season.
Back in the city. As you can tell, we are back in the city. Noise, the people.
It's about mid-afternoon, and we've been wandering kind of aimlessly through the streets of Mumbai for the better part of the day now, really. You're hot and sweaty, and all you hear are horns, and people are coming through and pushing you and poking you and prodding you. And I mean, we're in rush hour in Mumbai, and this is pure traffic insanity.
Honk, 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 all day long. Honk, honk, honk. This is their song. India's getting to me.
This whole trip here, on one hand it's a vacation, but on another hand it's an experience and it's an adventure, and you can't just look at it as coming out here and being like, oh, I'm gonna let all the troubles of the office fade away and go to India. I mean, this is something you gotta be prepared for, and you come out here and you get an experience out of it. Justin's toying with these people now. I think he's getting a bit fed up with people coming up and offering him stuff. So he just pretends he doesn't understand and that everything's a gift to him.
My friend here gave me these glasses for free. He gave them to me for free. Thank you so much.
300 rupees.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so much, 300 rupees.
Very friendly. People are very friendly here.
You get a lot of people coming up to you, like everywhere else, trying to sell you everything under the sun. So we're thinking, okay, yeah, maybe a boat ride, how much? It ended up being in the neighborhood of about $20, and we thought, well, it seems a bit pricey, but you're only here once, what's $20? The $20 just got us a boat that you could ferry a couple of cars across on.
They have a bar already set up and music. Seriously.
All we gotta do now is cruise this tub around the bay of Mumbai here and try to pick up chicks.
We
Be
rented
like, yeah, look at this sweet ride. like 45 degrees in Mumbai today. And we're here outside of the summer season, trying to be smart and avoid the heat. Man, is it hot. I've been told there's nowhere along Mumbai that you really want to be swimming. And in order to do that, I think we'll venture further south towards Goa, where the ocean cleans up. Goa sits about 600 kilometers south of Mumbai, and the main reason to come here is to get away from it all. And I feel like we've earned our right to come down here.
We made it.
Out of the city.
We made it.
We made it
Finally,
alive.
something that I'm familiar with. Nice beaches, sand, water. High five India.
Yes.
High five. Woo! Muna?
Yes, my name.
Muna.
Yes.
I'm a licensed massage therapist since 1990. I've had many massages all over the world, and I am very critical about good massages. This man has talent. Oh, I'm good.
No good.
No.
Please.
I got.
Please.
No. Oh, it's nice. Oh.
The weather has turned. Finally, we're seeing our first rain in India, and of course it's when we finally get to a beach. So we're gonna try to seek drier ground as this thunderstorm rolls in.
I'm gonna get wet. Camera's gonna get wet. We don't want that to happen, so we gotta get some shelter, keep all our gear dry. Because it will get it'll be a very expensive day at the beach if we don't. So we gotta find some shelter.
We have one last day in Goa, and we're hell-bent on making sure we see Goa and we have a good time while we're here before we head back to the city. We've rented a couple of jet skis. We're gonna blast up the coast and tour the coast. I'm glad India was, at this point in our trip, it took some travel experience on both my part and Justin's part to be ready for it. I'm glad to see a big change in Justin. His ability to suffer through the first couple of days to close to a week maybe. The honking horns, the crowds, the pollution. These are all things that come with the trade in a country like India. Those are all very superficial things, and to dwell on them would be doing the country an injustice. We've been driving for a couple of hours now, and you pass beach after beach, and it looks like there's a big river that starts to carve inland here. Let's move down and check it out. There's a fishing net that goes all the way across the river here. We really wanted to just keep venturing down the river as far as we could, but I think we're better off just leaving the Sea-Doos here for a bit and just hiking inward toward that jungle edge there and see what we can see. See all these holes?
Holy shit. Crabs. This is a crab island. You can see them all.
As you're running, you just see them all go like this and all sink down into the hole.
Justin and I are just walking around and chasing these little crabs all over the place. And in the distance, we could see what appeared to be a rainstorm.
And then lightning's coming. It's probably best we just start getting back.
I'm certainly not keen to get electrocuted, and we have a long way to go back, so I think we're better off going back.
If you know anything about thunder and anything about lightning, especially lightning, and that you don't want to be anywhere near an open field. We're just like two lightning rods swimming around. Oh shit.
By the time we jumped in the water, we realized that the life jackets were gone. You hop on the Sea-Doo and you know what your goal is, and that's to get back. I think that was the hardest part at first, was knowing that there was no avoiding it. You're gripping onto the handle and just making sure that that throttle doesn't come back even the slightest. And immediately the rain starts, and it's torrential downpour. And the lightning, instant bolt, instant thunder. We knew we were getting right into the heart of it. Finally, we came around the last peninsula that I felt like I was going to be okay. And I was just like, not today. As corny as it sounds, I was just like, I'm not dying today. It kind of feels like we came within an inch of our lives at some point today, and how do you talk about that?
Don't mind me if I jabber, but I'm all fucked up on oxycontins right now. Had a bad sunburn today, so.
I don't have that real feeling of, yeah, we beat something. I'm mad at myself because there was a time there where I was really scared for my life.
Interesting day today. I'm here, I'm alive, that's all that matters. I guess that's the first thing I need to say.
Somebody in my family or my girlfriend, you know, God, if anything ever happened to any of them, especially if they were doing something so asinine like we were, it was our own damn fault.
Glad that the guys who rent those Sea-Doos didn't see us, but we seriously were launching these things. Like, I've never got that much air on a Sea-Doo ever before.
This is certainly not something I expected to see in South Central India. 1500s, the Portuguese came down here and set down some roots. There's a lot of Christianity in India, surprisingly enough.
If you came here around Christmas time, would there always trees be decorated like Christmas trees?
Your guess is as good as
That's a
mine.
good question. Fill this whole lawn full of snow, and you go tobogganing.
On flat lawn.
It's kind of sloped a bit.
No, but think about it, you could have a slip and slide on Christmas here.
That'd be gnarly. When it comes down to it, yesterday was pretty close car as far as almost dying. Like I said, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of living. Living's more painful. People spend most of their time, most of their lives being afraid of dying and living in fear. I mean, I don't think that's the whole purpose of life. The purpose of life is not to live in fear. Those moments like that where you almost do die makes you appreciate life. And if anything, it's a good thing.
Maybe that.
How about I'll play you? I'll play you for it.
Yeah. So that's it. How much you tell me? So good price. Then I will give you. Bana lo, meri banao sab.
Justin knows just how to get them hooked. He's like, oh, that's really nice. You know, he delivers the lines that just make them salivate.
You take free. You don't give money. I told you.
And then he lowballs them like no one has ever lowballed in their entire life.
How do you go from 300 back to 650?
I told you 350.
Yeah, you did. Now you're going up.
100.
Free.
100.
Free.
90.
Free.
100. That's my last. 100. That is a good price.
Somehow, I don't know where you learned your negotiation tactics. But they work. Most of the time they work. Except when he really gets cocky and he starts going down to like, they start at 400 and he starts at 5 rupees.
We gotta roll. 100?
It's 120 rupees. Okay?
Huh?
20 rupees 100.
120 rupees.
Yes.
Okay, you got change? Change for 500?
Change.
Anybody got any smaller bills? Any 4 5s? You got change? You got the change, I'll buy it.
We didn't have much luck seeing the Himalayas in Darjeeling.
So now we've been talking about, is there another place we can go? Apparently there's a place called Leh.
After doing a little bit of research and finding out that Leh is pretty much a desert that equates out to very little cloud and lots of great views of the mountains. And that became evident as soon as we landed here.
The first things you notice when you get off the plane here is the altitude and the lack of oxygen, which makes perfect sense because Leh is one of the highest cities in the whole world at nearly 12,000 feet above sea level.
Coming here to Leh was supposed to allow us to see a different vision of the Himalayas. Darjeeling was great. We felt very boxed in by the fog, and it really could have been anywhere. The downfall to coming here is the harsh climate. It gets very cold, and the other is the altitude. You really have to take a lot of precautions in order to make sure you don't get sick. The payoff is that there's not many people around, so you feel like you have the whole place to yourself. It became clear that we made the right decision to come up here because we were able to see all those snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas and watch the sunset over the mountains.
Hey, how you feeling, man?
I couldn't sleep all last night.
What's wrong?
I don't know. It's not altitude. That's all I know. The way stuff was coming out of both ends last night, that's not altitude.
Something you ate?
Yeah, I think so.
Hopefully, you'll feel better when I get back and go do something. Just get your sleep and just drink tons of water, dude. After you. So I was gonna do this pretty cool monastery. Bunch of prayers and stuff, so maybe I'll go there and do a prayer for him. So he hopefully feels better. I'm here at Tiksi Gumpa Monastery, and it's over 800 years old. And unfortunately, my sidekick, Scott W. Wilson, couldn't make it today due to several things. I think it's the altitude, the cold weather, and mainly I think he had some sort of food poisoning. I'm pushing ahead anyways without him and come up to this monastery, and they're about to have a prayer here, so I'm going to watch the prayer and everything, and I'm going to say a little prayer for him so he gets better. been here and late for 24 hours. It's good that we didn't get to see what we want to see early in the trip, and we didn't get to see the Himalayas, and you know, it kind of forced us to come out here. Like, I've seen the Rockies, seen the Appalachians. They're all beautiful in their own right, but you know, Himalayas, you know, that's the big one.
An extra 4 hours of sleep, some ibuprofen, some fresh air, some ginger tea, and I feel a lot better.
You all right?
Yeah, a lot better. Mr. Mouthful.
I'll give you a mouthful. 5-finger sandwich.
In the interest of keeping things light and easy, decided that we're gonna rent a Jeep. We're gonna drive about 3 hours, which I think only turns out to be about 70 kilometers. Uphill, I mean, uphill. It's the highest road on earth.
We're going from 12,000 to nearly 19,000 feet. That's almost 2/3 of the way up Mount Everest.
The view is one of a kind, and driving it is amazing.
This may seem like the lazy man's way of doing the mountain climbing in order to prevent any more adverse effects to the altitude and in order to stay nice and cozy warm on this freezing cold trip up the mountain. I'm quite comfortable with the means of transport that we've chosen.
Kind of getting a little bit lightheaded being up here so high. It's like, oh, my head's just like, so hopefully I don't pass out at the wheel.
This is it. This is the highest motorable point on a roadway in the world. We're at 18,380 feet, which is well beyond anything I've ever been before. Justin is feeling really tired and really dizzy, and he's starting to really feel the effects of it. How you doing, man?
Not good.
Dizzy, tired, nauseous?
Just lightheaded.
Yeah.
Seriously, just passed out right now. Oh, I'm here. La-di-da, la-di-da. Someone take my picture because I'm not going to remember it. You know what they need up here is an oxygen bar. Sit up here, mango, strawberry, fruit punch, whatever flavor you want, oxygen. Just pump it through my body.
Coming to this point and turning around and going back seems a little anticlimactic. So there's a bunch of prayer flags and a bit of a Buddhist temple here. I'm gonna try to climb that. It's probably only an extra 200 feet, but at this point, walking up 2 steps is a bit of a challenge. It's the last chance to get this high, and who knows, me not being a mountain climber, it might be the highest I ever get in my life. It's not too bad. We're above the monastery now, and we're almost above the prayer flags, and just gonna see how much higher we can go. Being here, it feels really extreme compared to Darjeeling. Just nothing but rock and snow. It feels good. It feels like a real accomplishment. I don't think many people who come to India come here, and people who have their preconceptions of India probably don't picture this. I know I never did. India is certainly a country of diversity and extremes, and we've seen it all. What a special place on earth this is to be. And while there's lots of other peaks around me, and I wish I had the light and the energy and the skill to do it, I just don't. And so, this is my own personal victory, and I'm happy with it. But the temperature is dropping off real quick as the sun goes down. The wind's picking up a little. If I don't get down soon, it's gonna be dark, so I gotta get moving. There's a military outpost at the top, so by the time I got back down, my little climb up into the mountain, Justin had been taken away. Hey, what happened?
No, you guys went up that hike and I was just sitting in the truck and just kept on blacking out and blacking out and blacking out. And then I said, like, you gotta get me out of here. I'm like, no, I can't wait. I can't wait for anybody, I gotta go. I guess they said yesterday some girl passed out up there.
I'll get that,
Yeah, that's probably good.
yeah, it'll help you, it'll help me out, so.
Dude, man, it's just pounding.
We're just leaving town and the car had to pull over because it was coughing and sputtering. So what are they doing to remedy this?
They're lighting a fire underneath the gas tank. And I don't know if anybody knows anything about fire and gas.
Getting up this morning, we wanted to push a little bit further into the exploration side of this area and what it had to offer. And with another great day weather-wise, we decided that we would rent some horses. It's just a good way for us to do some exploring, probably by means that we wouldn't normally be able to get to.
These horses don't seem too energetic. Like, they gotta wake up. Come on, wake up. He's in rigor mortis or he's frozen. Are you alive? I'm gonna give him something to wake up. Here, like this. Come on, Boo. It's full of Boo goodness. Give me out. It's okay. He's gonna bite me. Let's go. Come on, come on.
We've got a pair of horses here. We've got great weather, which has made for spectacular views already. So anything on top of this is gonna be gravy. You're out here and you've got nobody around you and nothing but glacier runoff water, rivers. Every so often you might pass a little Buddha shrine. You catch a glimpse of some prayer flags up on the hills here and there, and it really detaches you from the rest of India that we've seen so far, the bustling cities of Delhi and Mumbai. We've stopped here at this little scrub brush area. The river's just behind us and I'm a bit peckish. It's time for some lunch.
Bow-legged. My ass is sore. Balls are sore. Legs are sore. Knees are sore. It's starting to get cold. We got an egg, crackers, chocolate bar, potato, and some bread.
Missing something here, aren't I?
Yeah.
Did you get an egg?
Yeah. That's the egg right there.
Well, then where's my potato?
Stop it. How are we supposed to get back if you let me get on you?
Once again, I'm at a loss for words. Once again, this adventure has trumped the last one. It wasn't a vacation. It was an adventure. It was a series of experiences that came together.
I told people I'm leaving for a year. I'm like, oh, it must be nice to be on vacation for a year. I'm like, it's not a vacation. It's not. It's travel. Travel is way different than a vacation. Vacation is just me sitting there getting wasted every day on the beach and doing absolutely nothing. That's vacation. India, of any country we've been so far, has pushed those limits and has raised that bar.
A friend of mine had a saying that says, India wins again. India has a tendency to beat you down. Without an open mind, I think you're going to close off to a lot of experiences that will enrich your life in the end. Things aren't the way they are back home here. You have to have some time to come to terms with that. Sometimes the biggest struggles are the biggest payoffs, and that's been the best part of this whole experience.
leave India for one of the most remote islands on Earth, Ascension Island in the South Atlantic. Ascension is going to be one of the most special and unique places that we go this entire year, and in order to get there, we need to fly on a military flight through an airbase in England.